Flint's the music leader. We are Club 93781 show featuring local artists here in Flint and surrounding areas, Genesee County, Saginaw. If you're watching this right now and you can make it to Flint, you should come on the show. As always, Artimis at club937.com. If you have an artist that you know, or if you're an artist yourself, like this man right here, who drove all the way from Flint, right from the downtown area.
Yes.
Vaughn Blues in the building right now. What's going on, man?
Man, it's good to be here, man. It feels awesome. I want to tell you, this is like a milestone for me.
For real?
Yeah, like growing up in the city and listening to 937 and then actually getting to end up being the artist on 937. It's really cool, man. So thank you for having me.
Hey, not a problem, man. We like to, you know, we've been starting this new thing with the 81 show featuring local artists. And I mean, I'm new here. You know, I've only been here for, you know, a year and a half. So it helps me introduce myself to new artists. You get to introduce yourself to all the people listening. So, I mean, it works perfectly. I heard your stuff because you were one of the people that reached out on Twitter.
Yes, definitely. As soon as I caught wind of what was going on, I was like, man, yes.
See, and that's important, man. I mean, there's probably some artists watching this right now that's like, oh, man, I wish I could, and it's easy. I mean, you hit me up via Twitter, and I checked your stuff out. You have a very unique not only flow, but just your beats. Do you get, like, where do you get your beats from?
I actually have this magical man named Justin Bright. Live in Flesh, and that's where the studio is, and that's where we record everything. Dude is a magician. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's.
We try to put in like so many different elements because I don't believe in genres necessarily. So like we try to just have like all these just different sounds and just blend them all in. Like you might hear incorporations of rock, R&B, jazz, blues, soul, everything. Like so we try to like just mix it up and just put this. It's ridiculous.
And speaking of blues, obviously your name Vaughn Blues. Where did that name come from?
For a while, I had rapped since I was about 12 when I started taking like rap seriously and trying to actually like pursue a rap career. But like somewhere like after I graduated high school or towards like my senior year, I had kind of leaned away from rap. That's when I stopped really believing in genres and I started leaning away from rap. And I like got really like captivated into rock and I just got too stuck in it.
Right.
I started a band, started singing more, started doing all this stuff, and then like I don't know, in the middle of rock, I realized I can't just do this either. Yeah. Like, so, like, I kind of just, like, stopped trying to, like, put a label on what I was doing. And I guess I started calling myself Vaughn Blues because I was singing blues, but I was making rap. It was just this whole thing. Like,
see, but it works, though, because, I mean, in your music, too, you're not a typical rap or hip-hop artist at all.
Oh,
like,
no.
I mean, just with what I've heard from the couple songs that I've heard, you have this very... I mean, it's not even so much bluesy, but it's like an R&B and a rap infused together. Like, it's something different.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you find it hard to get to the level to where you try not to sound like everybody else? Because that seems to be like a big issue, you know, not only in Flint, but just in rap culture in general, that everybody wants to sound like Future, like, you know, like 2 Chainz. I mean, how did you get yourself off of that path? Was it because of your inspiration at such a young age?
Definitely, because already off rip, I don't have necessarily the same people whose music I'm inspired by a lot of different artists, but it's not a lot of people who I necessarily take from or I necessarily like I hear and like I'm just like gravitated towards them.
Right.
Like, I don't share the same interests with everyone. Like my inspirations range from Halsey, Lana Del Rey.
I just started listening to Halsey.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And I'm a huge Lana fan too. Maybe that's why like when I heard your stuff, I was like, man, it just connected with me. It was like, and now that you mentioned those 2 artists, you know, just as those 2, you know, you have like that off vibe to you to where it's something so different than what you're used to hearing that it's refreshing.
Right.
You know?
I try to make it, I try to story tell. Really, like I want who's ever listening to me, I want them, the people who listen to me are like people who want substance from their music. Right. People who are trying to get something. People are trying to get some information. People are trying to feel related to, trying to connect with something. People who have some type of emotion that they need to be evoked. So like I try to like make like just story tell. Like I say all the time, I'm probably more of an author than I am a musician. Right. Like because I'm not your traditional singer, I'm not your traditional rapper. I try to just take everything that I've been through, all the experiences I feel, the things I've seen, stories from other people, and I take it and I just put it into this melting pot of just lyrics and poetry, and I tell a story and just try to sing a song. Now
you're talking about everything that's right with being a new artist. I mean, and not necessarily a new artist, but being a unique artist. You know, like you said, the whole author thing. You know, being original and not following a certain code. But what do you think is wrong with the industry as far as your viewpoints on, you know, and you don't have to name drop any artists that, you know, obviously not. But what do you think is wrong with the industry right now?
what I would say is wrong is just how we said in the beginning, how people kind of like, people find one artist who's doing something like anybody, even just from the record labels to even down to the listeners, like you find one artist who does something and ends up being successful,
right?
And then everyone from the labels start looking for somebody who's doing what they're doing, and everyone who's listening to music starts, or even the people who are creating music are like, okay, well that worked for them,
right?
So I'm gonna go do that,
right?
I'm not gonna like come up with anything new. People want something refreshing. People want to hear something that changes. Like no one wants to hear the same story over and over again,
right?
You know what I mean? So
and
like,
there's only so many ways you can tell that story too.
It really isn't as limited as you feel. I was having a conversation with my mom once, and she was telling me, I was talking to her about how sometimes the reasons I feel so, I get so self-deprecating, or I just like criticize myself, is because I feel like when I listen to my music, I don't have anyone to compare it to. Like I can't listen to it and be like, yeah, well, Drake will put this out.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't do it for anyone. I can't do that with any other artist. And like I was telling my mom that, and like I was like there's so many great artists. There's so many like J. Cole's and Kendrick Lamar's and people who are like that you like, if you're a rapper, like you can't help but like be like, okay, well they're killing it. You know what I mean? And like I was talking to my mom, like I don't have anybody for that. And she was telling me, she was like, before Kendrick Lamar came out, there was no Kendrick Lamar. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Before, and that's for any artist. Before Lana Del Rey came out, there was no Lana Del Rey. You know what I mean? Like there's different ways to present things. Like it's just like no one's actually going into depth, like actually trying to figure out what's going on. No one's trying their hardest to be themselves. Because everyone is an individual. No matter how many stories happen that everybody say, like, oh, well, we can all relate to, we can all do this. At the end of the day, there's only one you every time. Every single time there's a person, it's only one of that person. Right. And you can go further in.
Yeah, it's almost, it's not following the same path. It's taking your own trail, you know, and making something. I mean, we're all going to the same place. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's the path that you take within that, you know. And I mean, that sounds maybe really spiritual, or, you know, the universe or something like that. But I mean, when I heard your music, it's like, man, you just got like this unique, like I haven't heard it before, you know. And the only person that I could really compare it to, if I really had to stretch, was almost like The Weeknd. But you rap more than what The Weeknd would. You know, like it's different. You know, it's something. I
feel like it's on purpose as an accident. If that makes any sense.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I feel like I make the music, and it's like almost just like unconsciously, when I start to ride a pattern, I just go away from it really quick. Right. Just I don't know. It's just the way I create it. I want it to be different for you. I want it to almost be uncomfortable. I want it to be so revealing that it's uncomfortable for you. Yeah. I want you to hear it and be like, wow, I didn't want to look at myself like that today. Right. But now I kind of have to. You know
now,
what I mean?
If someone's watching this video and they're like, all right, I want to know what he's about, where can they find you at, as far as Twitter, Facebook, your music, all that stuff?
On Twitter and Instagram, it's at Vaughn Blues, at VAUGHN BLUES. That's for everything. And really, if you just follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you can keep in touch with everything. Okay. Like I put all the links on everything.
Now, what's coming up for like new projects? I mean, what are your plans for, like, let's say like the next year? Like, if you could look a year in the future, where do you see yourself and what do you want to do? What projects do you have coming out?
Right now, me and Justin Bright, my producer, we're working on a project I have called Green. I don't know if you know, but all my projects are color coded. Oh, okay. Right. So we have a project called Green that's going to be released. That's basically inspired by the neighborhood I grew up in. Oh, okay. I grew up in a community called Rollingwood on the east side of Flint. And we lived in a mint green house on Plainfield Avenue. Oh, okay. So I really wanted to recreate everything that happened in my childhood, growing up, the elementary school I went to, the different people. Exactly. So like, because I wanted the color to have like a solid significance. And seeing as though like my childhood home was green, and I wanted to really just like bring a story, recreate the characters and everything for like everything that I went through, every emotional situation, everything that happened growing up till now. I wanted to just kind of reflect on that. And I'm actually what's exciting is I'm writing a short film to go with the music from Green, which is actually going to take place in Rollingwood itself again. Wow. Yeah, I got like some actors and actresses lined up, but guys, it's really exciting.
So when is that projected all to come out?
That's the Project Green is supposed to be released May 17th, as of now. Oh, so I hate to give dates because then you say like, oh, well,
yeah, you said May 17th. Like, yeah.
Right, you're like, yeah, that's what you said. Awesome. I'm not trying to give everybody that Frank Ocean, like, like, oh, yeah. No. But then it should be out in May. May 17th is what I'm shooting for. And the short film, the first part, it's a multi-part short film. The first part, I'm thinking June. I'm thinking by June, because I'm going to start like filming it in the process of also recording the project itself.
Oh, lots of work, man. Lots of great people. And you got your friend Hunter here, Rob here.
That's my guys.
Yeah. And
supportive people.
Do they help you? I mean, how do they help you?
They just walk around and be cool with me.
Oh, yeah, they're just part of your squad then.
They're just like, oh, we're cool.
Awesome. Vaughn Blues, man. Appreciate it. On Twitter, @Vaughn Blues. Appreciate you coming in, man.
Man, thank you so much, man. I'm so happy to be here.